All right, guys, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. I want to share a quick story with you. What happened to us when we first got our dogs. We have two Doberman Pinschers named Toby and Mia. And we got them, they're going to be 4 years old this year. They're a little over 3.5 years old. Anyways, we got them, we fed them normal, well, what we call normal kibble dog food, right? The ones in the bags. And we were buying them the very expensive stuff. And after so many months, Mia started developing a inflammation in the elbows. It was called elbow hygroma. And Toby, he was suffering from all kinds of skin ailments, dry skin, flaky, hot spots, and all that stuff. Just a lot of itchiness going on in his skin. And he was very aggressive, becoming very aggressive. Didn't want to play. He was just getting mean, okay? And in fact, it happened twice that he nipped, or I don't want to say bit, but he nipped at my wife, and I was going to have to do something drastic, and I didn't want to do that. And something was going on with Mia's elbow hygroma. It looked like a tennis ball was shoved under her elbow. It was that swelled up. We brought them to the vet. Oh, this is normal, they say. This happens to some dogs. Just make sure they lay on carpet and not on hard surfaces because it irritates their elbows and stuff. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. This is inflammation. This isn't right. There's something going on. So I did a lot of research. And I started noticing people giving their dogs raw meat, raw diet. And there's like a light bulb clicked in my head. Duh, you know, that's what dogs are supposed to eat. In the wild, they eat, you know, they chase animals and they kill them and they eat them. They're not supposed to eat dry kibbles. So we did research on kibbles. The stuff is toxic. Don't feed it to your dog, okay? No matter what brands you buy, because they are super. First of all, it's mystery meat for the most part. It's very toxic. There's a lot of research. Just go online and go Google everything, and you'll see that kibbles is very toxic to your dog. It's superheated mystery meat and junk that you really don't know what's in there. Okay. Cancer rates on dogs have been skyrocketing. Dogs, when I was a kid, they used to eat a lot of table scraps, okay? Dogs would live to be into their late teens and early 20s. Okay, I've heard of dogs living to their early 20s. It's unheard of today, okay? Very rare. So we started giving our dogs a raw meat diet. And voila. My Mia's elbow hygroma disappears, okay? No more swelled up elbows. Toby became super playful, happy, wanted to play all the time. Every time I come near me, wagging his little tail, and he's, you know, wanted to play. Completely changed. The dogs were sick and miserable eating kibbles, and now that we're feeding them real meat, real food for them, they are as happy as can be. Amazing. You feed the animal what they're supposed to eat, and that includes us, we will be happy and healthy, okay? So, I want to show you a really quick, well, not a quick, but a really easy snack, much less expensive than buying them at the store. We're going to make some chicken and beef jerky, all right? So let me show you what we were buying them and compare it with this stuff here. All right, so as far as treats, we were feeding them, we were buying these 4-pound bags of chicken and duck treats, jerky treats. And a 4-pound bag like this was like $37, okay? Very expensive. So, two things I found. I was doing some research online. What I was looking for is see if I could buy them in bulk and get them cheaper that way. So there's two problems with this jerky I found out. So I came across some websites. first of all, the first problem is it's very expensive, right? The second problem is made in China. That is the major problem right there. Made in China. I came across some websites that were showing people's dogs were getting sick and dying from eating these dog treats, okay? And I found some articles here. Dogs have been given a diagnosis of acquired Fanconi's syndrome, a rare kidney disease commonly associated with jerky treats and poultry meal imported from China. Okay, the FDA calls it the hallmark disease among dogs thought sickened by jerky made in China. I'll tell you, man, this is bad. In 2007, so it was a while ago, the FDA began hearing from pet food consumers regarding pet illnesses and death linked to jerky treats imported from China. The agency received thousands of customer complaints. Hundreds of dogs died. The illness and death reports lessened dramatically after the major brands were recalled in 2013. There was an Asia inspection study. Now this is for human food. There was an Asian inspection study found that almost half of Chinese food processing plants failed to meet international acceptable standards. In some cases, laboratory tests found abnormal levels of pesticides, antibiotics, heavy metals, bacteria, and viruses that could put consumers at risk. Now that was for the human food consumption. You imagine how bad it would be for the pet food industry. So when you get stuff, especially from China, you don't know what you're getting. So I thought, why don't I just do the same thing I did to their regular meals, feed them raw, right? But instead just make my own jerky. It's super simple and it's way, way less expensive, okay? So I have here some bottom round rump roast, okay? Basically what I did, I got some beef and chicken, and I found pretty much the cheapest I can find. This is a bottom round rump roast, and I think they were roughly $10 a piece, $10, $11 each, $10 or $12 each, depending on the weight, of course. So buy the cheapest meat you can find. Sometimes you can find this stuff already sliced thin, but this is better when you buy it in big chunks like that. It's cheaper that way. Chicken breast. Buy whatever's on sale. You know, the cheapest you can get chicken breast. These are boneless and skinless, so it makes it easier to cut that way. But if you can find them on sale or nearing the expiration date, snatch them up. Okay? So what we're going to do here, I'm going to get this rump roast here, and we're going to cut it in slices roughly an 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch thick. Okay? And so let's start with this one here. Alright guys, so what I'm doing here is I'm cutting them, like I said, fairly thin. Fat, you want to cut the fat off because they don't store well when they got fat on them. So take the fat off. You just want the nice lean piece of meat. Okay? And you know, I said an 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. Cut it the best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay? And then again, cut the fat off. Now you get a nice lean piece of meat there. And that's what you're shooting for, 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch, right in that range. Just like that. And the dogs are going to love it. Absolutely love it. Alright, we are about done with the beef. Gotta trim all the fat off. Like I said, it won't store well if you have too much fat and gristle on there. Or if you have any, really, tell you for that matter. Alright, so now we're going to get this meat. That's about right like that. Oop, I don't want that fat. This one's got fat on it still. I missed that one. So yeah, take all the fat off because it won't store well. Okay, we'll just put that in this bowl, and now we're going to do our chicken. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with the chicken. And we're just going to start slicing them nice and thin. You want the same deal, under a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch is good. Like that. And if it gets too small, you can just smash them. And that'll work just like that. It gets obviously too small to cut, so you just smash them and that'll work. All right, so we ended up with 5 pounds of beef and 5.9 pounds of chicken. I only used 1 packet of chicken because 2 packs would have been way too much. I'm hoping this will all fit in the dehydrator. I have all the racks. This is a 10 rack dehydrator I have over there. I did a review on this, what was it, last year or the year before? You know, honestly, I don't remember. That thing has been working great. I'm going to put a link to that review I did up here. That thing has been working fantastic. We're using it for all our herbs in our garden, oregano, rosemary, and all that. We dry that up in there and then put it in jars, and we use it for our cooking. Works fantastic. So now we're going to use it for dog treats, for the meat. So it's a 10 tray dehydrator. It's a 1000 watt, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to put a link to that dehydrator in the description under the video. I can't find that exact same model, but they have another one that's more updated. So I guess it's an older version. I think I picked it up for roughly $270, so it's well worth the price. Okay, so I got the racks here. Now what we want to do is put the meat on there and put a little bit of space in between each piece of meat. Okay, 1/2 inch or so. Just don't cram them all together on top of each other. As long as they're not touching and they got a little bit of space, that will work. And we're going to fill up these trays, and once these are all filled up, we're going to put them in the dehydrator. Lay down, lay down, lay down. Good girl. Toby, lay down, lay down. Good boy. Yeah. All right, so we ended up with 9 trays. The last tray is about half full. There's room for one more tray. That was almost 11 pounds. We could have put 12 pounds with no problem in here. After these are dehydrated, we'll probably have less than half the weight, or probably around half the weight, because the rest of it's just moisture. So the trays are all in, and we are ready to go. We're going to turn this on. Put the timer that's on time right now, we're going to put that on for 12 hours. Depending on the meat thickness, it's going to take up to 12 hours, depending how thick it is. If it's really thick, it could be done in 4 or 5 hours on the little thin ones. So we're just going to keep it on 12. Temperature, we're going to go to 167 at the highest setting. You want the highest setting on the meats, and that will work really good to make jerky. So we're going to keep checking this every few hours. And if some of them are ready to take out, we're going to pull those out and keep the thicker ones, keep them going. So it's been 4.5 hours. I just checked this one here. This one's fairly thin, and it's about ready. It's good enough. The thicker ones, see this one here, almost. This part's a little thick here. It's a little rubbery still. But the thin ones, they are ready. So I'm going to go through these and take all these thin ones off of here, and leave the thicker ones on there for a few more hours. All right, so it took 6 hours to dehydrate all the meat. At about 4.5 hours, I checked them and took a lot of the thinner ones out. They were done, and I kept it going, and at 6 hours they were done. So I ended up with 2 nice bags full of treats. Now, as far as weight, I was a little disappointed because when I weighed them, this was 4.9 pounds, and it ended up weighing now 1 pound 7 ounces. So I mean, I lost a lot of weight in moisture that come out of this. This was 5.9 pounds. Now remember, I was going off what the weight of the package was, so I should have weighed it actually on my own, you know, after I took it out of the package, but I didn't. This ended up being like 1.1, a little over 1.1 pounds, and this was 5.9. Again, I should have weighed it before I started cutting it. So, nonetheless, we got 2 nice bags full. Okay, I got some here that were a little on the thick side. They're still a little gummy. I didn't want to stick it back in there for another hour. So they're going to eat this within the next day or 2 anyways. So we're going to give them some of these now and see what their reaction is and how they like it. All right, we're going to see if they like these treats. You guys want some treats? You guys want some treats? Yeah? You want your treats? Yeah, you do? Oh, okay, I think they're excited about their treats. Okay. Let's try the beef first. Okay. You want your treats? Lay down. Lay down, Tope. You sure you guys are laying down? All right, here you go. Mia is enjoying it. Let me break this down. Okay, the beef was a success. Now we got chicken. Are you sure you guys want chicken? You sure? Okay, now what I want you guys to do is, you're already sitting, so lay down, Oh, Toby, all the way down, Toby. Toby, lay down. Lay down. Good boy. Oh, yeah. Sit. Lay down. Okay, sit, sit. Good boy. Now eat here, eat here. Anyways, guys, you see how much they enjoyed the treats. It's gone already, right? The treat is gone. You inhaled it, right? You see how much they enjoyed them? These are natural treats. There's no vegetable glycerin in it, no preservatives, no chemicals, no toxins, no heavy metals, none of that stuff that they found in those. You like those, huh? So they enjoyed them. I'm happy, and I know that they're getting real natural snacks. I don't have to worry about them getting sick off those imported from China crap. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Feed your dog real food, not kibbles, and feed them and treat them with the real treats. Okay, make your own. All right, guys, so thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. You guys want more treats? You guys want more treats? You know, you want more treats? Huh? You want more treats? You want some more? Chicken. You like chicken? Lay down, lay down, lay down, lay down, lay down, lay down. It's a good girl. Yeah, it's a good girl. It's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. It's a good boy. Yeah.